Hello, I'm here with my personal pride, the coffee from La Mula, the farm that I started in 2007, and I'm going to brew some La Mula Geisha natural process coffee. And so what do I have here? I have two options to brew the coffee. I have the Chemex, which is an old style drip pour over filtration style, and I have the Kalita, which is a based upon an old style, and the Japanese have kind of kindly copied it, modernized it, and here it is back again in the Western world. And I have my La Mula coffee. I have a timer, important. Then I also have a tray, very handy, a scale, even handier. And the first step I'm going to do when I'm preparing La Mula is I'm going to wonder, what brewing concentration shall I use? In this case, I'm choosing for a brewing concentration of 1 gram of coffee on 14 grams of water. Next, I'm going to dose the coffee, and I always take a little bit more coffee than I will need in actuality, so that I have some extra coffee that can stay behind in the grinder. And I will use a little bit of coffee to purge my grinder. This is for purging, and then in this case I'm going to do a 1:14 concentration. So that means with 30 grams of coffee, I will shoot for adding 420 grams of water. And so I'm all ready. This coffee always smells wonderful and especially upon opening, you smell those fruit notes. They're really nice. In the background is Rocky playing his part. We are here, by the way, at the lab, or at our Boot Coffee lab, and it's the end of the day. We're ready for another nice cup of coffee. So let us first grind some coffee. So I have my ground coffee, water, and first I'm going to pre-rinse the filter. That water I'm not going to use for anything. It's just to pre-rinse the filter and preheat my coffee pot. This Kalita has 3 little holes in the bottom of the filter, and it is, according to the Japanese, it's specially engineered to facilitate this style of brewing. Ideally, place this on a towel so that you don't get any unnecessary heat loss of the coffee. I have my 30 grams of coffee. And now I'm turning on my timer, and first I'm going to pre-infuse some coffee. Now this is really necessary, especially for this coffee, because La Mula really thrives with a pre-infusion. The biggest task that you have when you prepare La Mula is to be able to extract those fine jasmine, rose aromas from the coffee. And that's always my key test with this coffee. Now while this is pre-infusing, I'm going to also preheat and rinse my filter here. And now this has been pre-infusing here. So at this point I'm going to roll into brewing mode. And as I said, I'm using a 1:14 extraction mode. So at this stage, I have already 20 grams of drip coffee in here in the pot. So now I'm going to extract another 400 grams of water through the coffee. And I want to do this somewhat diligently, slowly. I'm not in a hurry. This coffee was grown with a lot of love and challenges over many years, so we're not going to be in a hurry when we brew it, are we? We're also not going to be in a hurry to taste it. We want to really savor this coffee while it is being brewed and after it's being served. So I tear my scale here, and in this Chemex, I'm actually using, I prefer to use 40 grams. So on a 1:14 brewing ratio, that would be 14 times 40, 560 grams. And things are developing here gradually. And on my Chemex, I'm going to do exactly the same style. Some pre-infusion. I'm watching my timer. In this case, I allow for the Chemex also about 45 seconds of pre-infusion. And right now I am 2 minutes 45 seconds on its way with the Kalita. And so that's going well. So I was talking about the fact that with La Mula, it's really about being able to extract the essence of the coffee, to be able to extract the unique aromatics, which come through not only when you smell the cup from above, but also in the aftertaste, after you take every sip of coffee. Preferably don't pour the water too fast, but rather do it gradually and slowly. My experience learns that La Mula thrives with an extraction time of 3.5 to 5 minutes. Doing it faster than 3.5 minutes could mean that your brewing ratio is way off, too little coffee, or that your grind is too coarse. So setting your grind right and your brewing ratio, that's really important. Right now I'm 4 minutes on its way here, and we're approaching, with the Kalita, we're approaching completion. And okay, so I'm almost done brewing these precious coffees. My final brew here, and with the Chemex, we're almost there. And what I would like to share with you are just some tips on how to get the optimum enjoyment from this coffee. This is a exclusive coffee. This is not a coffee you're going to just serve as any other type of coffee. That's why serving La Mula in a cup like this, that's a crime, okay? Federal crime. Serving La Mula in a cup like this, that's a pity. That's, a missed opportunity. Serving La Mula in an elegant cup from like Ethiopia is really nice. It's really, elegant. We have found a really unique cup that goes very well with the enjoyment of La Mula, and I'll show you. That's this. It's a cup that looks very much like the wine glass for coffee. It's a double-walled cup made by Bodum. It allows you to see very well the unique color of La Mula, because the coffee has kind of a reddish color, which is very unusual to see. I've seen this type of color also in unique coffees from Yemen or from places that where the coffee is developed like this unique level of aromatics through the oils that seem to be at a higher concentration rate embedded in the cellular structure. So these are the cups I like, or you can think of your most beautiful porcelain cups. So make sure that the enjoyment of this coffee comes also with the tools that you supply with the coffee. Then another tip when you're doing this in your store is that you might be brewing a batch of La Mula with your Chemex or with your Kalita, but you might not be ready yet to serve it out to folks because it's a quiet moment in the store. And for that purpose, I recommend use a practical, good-looking thermos like this. This is one actually a type of thermos that I've been traveling with all around the world. I've done a lot of demonstrations with La Mula also. And what I do before I use this thermos, I pour some hot water in the thermos. This is of a very high stainless steel insert. The inside is from high stainless steel, high quality stainless steel. I rinse it out, preheat it, and now I'm ready to use it. I place my Kalida filter basket away from my coffee, and now I basically fill my thermos with this precious liquid. And now I have my La Mula hermetically sealed, ready for enjoyment for the next 30 to 45 minutes. And here's another tip. What I've noticed is that La Mula, after it's brewed, it can develop actually other unique aromatic notes that you did not find before. And also I've seen and have experienced that the mouthfeel of the coffee can really get this unique, velvety texture. And that's I think, a fantastic experience. Now, something more about the enjoyment of the coffee. This is what you can do with when you serve this coffee to your clients or to your friends or families or lovers or whoever. These cups, these are very elegant cups. Don't pour them all the way full, but leave some space in there. This is not a cup of normal coffee. This is a pure cup of enjoyment, of unique coffee enjoyment that must be honored for its wonderful flavors and aromas. Have much fun with your La Mula.